This past year has just been crazy for me. It's been a wild roller coaster, but I learned that I need to keep improving myself. I've been distracted by constant college work or stuff at work in general, and I just kept doing things that other people wanted me to do. And through that process, I've lost what I actually wanted to do myself. And once I graduated from college, I started to do low quality things. I've been sleeping in more because I've been burnt out from athletics, work, or projects. I started to consume low quality foods like chips and cookies at work, and I skipped my recovery sessions that I needed to do. Now, as I sit and think, I realized that I needed something to change. This current lifestyle isn't what I want. Honestly, this video is just a reflection on what I want to implement in 2026 that you could also do as well. So stick around for all the 4 things that I'll talk about that you can do in the new year. So the first thing that you have to do is you need to be working out at least 4 times a week. When I first came out of college and I was starting to work, I didn't think I had enough time to work out at all. I would tell myself that I would want to work out in the morning, but then when the alarm goes off, I snooze it. I'm like, damn, I didn't get enough sleep tonight, so maybe I want to sleep in another hour and then just go to work and then just go to the gym right afterwards. But most of the time when I am driving back to work, I'm falling asleep. Not literally falling asleep behind the wheel, but I do feel exhausted from that work day, and I'm always debating with myself on that ride back. Do I want to go to the gym or do I want to go home and chill? And with the beginning of the first months of working, I chose the comfortable path. I decided that, I deserve some break. I've been doing athletics for the majority of my life, and it wouldn't hurt me to skip the gym. I need this recovery. I need to keep my body relaxed. And within those first 2 months of not really being consistent in the gym, I felt weak. I didn't feel as high energy as I wanted to, and I lacked confidence from that. So then I realized I need to be disciplined again. I learned all about time management and being disciplined in college, and I need to keep doing that post-college. It doesn't stop. So what I started to do was I had my own apartment gym, which didn't really work at all, but I still went. I became consistent with it 4 times a week, full body, lower body. And then I was like, okay, I needed to be more serious about my fitness because I didn't see any differences. So I decided to go to a real gym that had real equipment, real weights, heavy enough weights too, and I started to implement long distance running. Now for me, long distance running isn't fun at all. I've just been a short sprinter and jumper my whole life. I also played basketball too. So long distance was a new uncharted territory for me that I didn't think I could last. But I did it anyways, and I still do it today. Now, if you're in the same boat where you don't know what you need to do, but you want to feel better, you want to be stronger, have more self-confidence, and you want to have more energy, then you need to work out. Once I started working out myself, I felt more energetic. I felt stronger and I felt more confident, especially at work, with at least trusting myself that I know what I need to do and people around me can trust me as well. Now, you don't have to go crazy like I do currently, where I go 6 times a week and I do cardio on top of that, but to start, just do 4 times a week of lifting and then do 2 or 3 times of cardio. Now, the frequency of the gym and the intensity and all the cardio that you may want to include all depends on your fitness goals. Now, you see people who want to lose 50 pounds, 100 pounds, and they start, and then they get super sore, and then they start under eating and they stop. You have to slowly integrate working out into your schedule and into your lifestyle. So start small, go 3 to 4 times a week, do cardio once a week, and then twice a week, and then 3 times a week. Just slowly increment your workouts. And as a reminder for someone who hasn't really worked out, the first 1 week, 2 week, or even 3 weeks will suck. You'll feel super sore and you feel like you want to quit because you shouldn't be feeling this way. And it's completely normal to feel sore on your first week, second week, or even third week, but it'll go away. But if you stop because you're sore and you take a break for 1 or 3 weeks and you start again, you're still going to feel sore again because you're not being consistent to going to the gym. Anyways, go to the gym. be consistent with it to build that discipline and for you to choose the healthy foods to help you achieve your fitness goals. All right, the second habit is that you need to focus on one skill. A lot of us just consume what we're given us. When we're on Instagram, we just look at all the stuff that comes into our reels. We scroll, we look at it, scroll. It's auto-generated for us. Even in school, we have to choose certain subjects in order to graduate. We aren't really given the freedom to choose what exactly we want to learn. And most of the time, these skills that they're teaching you aren't the skills that you actually want to learn or do. So sit down and think about, what skill do you want to learn? Now, this may be marketing, public speaking, editing, writing, whatever you want to do. Just sit and think, what actions do I need to take in order to achieve this skill? Now, for me, I had trouble being coherent and being able to articulate my thoughts. Every time I try to speak in public or even make these YouTube videos, I would stumble on my words and I didn't really know how to convey my ideas or my thoughts. Whenever I talked, my ability to even speak or have proper tonality or pronunciation, I couldn't do it. Now, if you look at my past videos from a couple years ago, it may seem perfect in the way I speak. And that's because I just look at a script, I read it line by line, which took hours to edit, and that's all I did. But doing that didn't really help me practice articulation, talking about my own thoughts or speaking on the spot. That's why I moved away from scripting, or at least reading from a script, and starting to freestyle these type of videos. Now, I did write the whole script here so I could post it on Substack, but I also like to put bullet points in here to iterate what I want to convey in this video. But the main point is that I needed to stop reading the script and starting to generate these ideas and these sentences by doing this freestyle. Now, it may seem that this video is a little choppy, wish-washy, and that's because I didn't really practice doing this whole year. I know this year started, but I've been lacking on recording these type of videos. But anyways, another thing that at least I think will help me articulate my thoughts is being able to read and to write. Throughout college, I didn't read that much, or at least I didn't read the things I wanted to read because I had to read, these engineering textbooks that would blow my mind, honestly. And I also didn't write the way I wanted to write because I had to write analytically and into lab reports and things like that. So now, since I have more free time and the freedom to choose what I want to learn and practice, I've been reading and writing. That's why I'm writing the whole script of my ideas here so I can practice, okay, these are my thoughts. This is how I'm going to process them so then I can actually articulate them properly. And honestly, this deficiency that I have of being able to talk on the spot or also just articulating my own thoughts, this stemmed from my childhood where I didn't talk as much. I didn't really read as much as I wanted to, and I really didn't want to write. Now that I'm getting older, it seems extremely important to know how to write, especially with AI going on. A lot of people are using that to help them write, or at least write for them. And I think we're losing the ability to articulate our own thoughts or convey our own opinions when we let AI to do it for us. Anyways, you have to be in depth with that skill that you want to learn. So if you want to learn coding, for example, take a class, find a project that is online. I'm sure there's a bunch of YouTube videos where you can follow along and just try to execute that project. The next thing that you have to do is you need to implement deep work sessions at least once a day. Now, when you have this new skill, right, since you laid out what you have to do in order to learn this one skill, just focus on it. And all of these deep work sessions that you do, they'll have some parts of that skill. So let's say you want to learn coding, like I said before. In your deep work sessions, you would either find a project and try to code it yourself, or you find a tutorial and you do snippets of it and while you follow along. Now, another example is writing. If you're trying to write better, find an idea and just write about it. Put all of your thoughts and ideas into that piece of paper or onto the computer, review it, edit it, and then have someone else review it and get their opinion on what they think. Were the sentences and ideas correct? Were they able to understand what the idea is? Now, with your deep work sessions, do at least an hour a day. That's just the bare minimum. So for me, I don't have that much time in my day to do a bunch of deep work sessions because I work 9 hours at my work and it takes 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back from my work. So that's just 10 hours. I gotta work out too. And then sometimes I do cardio after my work. So I go on a run or I play basketball or pickleball. Depends on the day. But my favorite thing to do is doing this deep work session, this 1 hour block in the morning before work. And that's what I'm doing right now. In my 1 hour block, I'm recording this video for you guys. I like to write usually, but I need to put some more videos up on YouTube, so this is why I'm recording during my deep work session. But anyways, find the time in your day to do at least 1 hour of deep work. Now you have more time in your day to do so, do more deep work sessions. Do 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, whatever you can do. If you're in school still, you can use your deep work sessions as your study or homework sessions. Back when I was in college, I would divide my work out into 2 categories. So one is admin work, which is just administrative tasks like emailing, responding to emails or whatever. And the next thing was creative. So a lot of my work or my homework that I got from classes was either studying or projects. So what I did was, if I had a test coming up, I would do my study session in my deep work session. Now, if I had a project coming up, I would also implement doing work on that project. And since I was in college, I had a lot more freedom with my time. So I did at least 2 or 3 1.5 hour deep work sessions per day. Now, I didn't do every single day because my days and my schedules shift with either more classes on one day or I have practice or a meet on another day. Just implement that deep work session into your schedule. Cut out distractions during it. You have to be hyper focused on that task, on that list that you built that you want to accomplish in that deep work session. You can either study, do homework, do your projects, or focus on that skill. The last habit that you need to implement is that you need to stop lying to yourself. If you want to go to the gym in the morning, but you keep snoozing, you're lying to yourself. You want to be able to trust yourself. You're able to trust your parents. You're able to trust your boss or the teacher because you show up when you need to show up. If you have an 8 a.m. class, I'm sure you'll show up. If you had an exam on that day, you would show up because those are all important things. But your own habits, your own things that you want to do are also important. So if you want to go to the gym because you care about your health and you want to get healthier, but you're not going to it because you feel tired, you want to do it, you want to stay in bed because it's more comfortable, you're just lying to yourself. So if you want to wake up in the morning, wake up in the morning. Don't hit snooze. You have to go. You have to stop lying to yourself. I get it. It's hard to do something uncomfortable because we like to debate with ourselves. I've even said it at the beginning of this video. When I came out of college, I was pretty comfortable and I would lie to myself every single day because I would say, oh, I'm gonna wake up early. Oh, I'm gonna do more editing. I'm gonna do more videos. Should I do it today? Maybe I could do it tomorrow because I didn't sleep enough. Man, should I go to the gym today? I'm feeling a little tired today. I don't know if I want to go. We have this debate every single day with our heads. But the key point that you have to instill is that you can't do that. You can't debate with yourself, especially when you have important things that you want to do. So when you wake up, don't think at all. Just execute. Don't think, how am I feeling today? Am I actually going to follow through with what I planned? Don't think about that. Just think about nothing. Just go up and execute. Just do it. The main point of being able to trust yourself is that you get more self-confidence. Once you trust yourself, that's when your confidence builds. You feel more confident in yourself because you know you can do this. You can show up to what you planned. Now, if you've been lying to yourself like what I've been doing for the first months of post-college, then what you can do is you can start small. Go to the gym for the first month. And once that becomes a routine, then add more deep work sessions into your schedule. Show up for yourself so then you can actually show up for other people. If you can't take care of yourself properly, how are you going to take care of someone else? This year will be great only if you make it great. All right, bro, thank you for watching. I know this is a different type of video where it's kind of a mix of a vlog than me talking and sitting. So, I like these type of videos because I like to document my life, but I also like to convey my own ideas. And I know I'm being inconsistent with posting, so I'm trying to be more accountable with it. So if you ever see me not post for 1 week, yell at me in Instagram or YouTube. Bro, guess what? YouTube recommends you this video next. And remember to go improve it.